Look, I think we certainly were really aware coming in today of what we were expecting, and what we expected certainly manifested itself. I think Chris's teams traditionally have been teams that play great transition basketball offensively, always had great rebounding teams, and we knew that Geelong have really created this identity of playing blue-collar, gritty basketball, and certainly that's what we were in for 40 minutes, and I thought they were really true to their identity today. Really, really proud of our group of just sticking out game plan and continuously playing through the knocks and bumps, and the different schemes that we get thrown at us on a regular basis. Certainly makes it sometimes challenging to be able to play in that environment. But I mean, for us to finish the game 95 points and then keep Geelong to, I think, just almost close to their average for the season, pretty happy with.
And Kelly, you finally got the record.
Finally, yeah.
It's been, we thought you were going to get it a couple of times. You had a couple of missteps there. Does it feel like is it a pressure that's gone now? Something you probably haven't thought about it at all. What are your thoughts?
In all honesty, it didn't cross my mind at all. I was just appreciative that I was able to play today. And no, after missing the game during the week, sitting watching on Wednesday night was tough, but I was so proud of the way that we played as a team, and I was just happy to be out there back again playing with this group today again.
And less so for yourself, and seeing how, I guess, excited some of your teammates are for you, what's that feel like, knowing that?
That's the best part. The fact that it may not necessarily be something that I celebrate much, but seeing the way that they get around me, I think the fact that my family drove down today to see without me knowing, I looked up in the crowd at the end of the game and there they were. So even after all these years of me playing in the WNBL, the fact that they're still here, travelling around to stadiums throughout Australia probably is what means the most to me.
Kennedy, Geelong have made some huge improvements since the start of the season. Like, we played them earlier in the season. It was a tough game for them. It was really competitive up until about that third quarter. So some comments on them in terms of what they're doing with their group and the improvements they've made. Yep. People like, you coach Jazz Shelley in the off season, like her improvements in the last 4 games. Where do you think that's come from?
Absolutely. I think, again, the addition of Alex Sharper, an emphatic rebounder who's going to win possessions and constantly competes, is a part of it. And then just even as they rotate and they play small basketball, that can create some real problems, because most teams will have a traditional 5. I'm not saying, I thought Hannah Hang had an awesome game today, so I'll 100% give credit where credit's due. A couple of threes. I think she was 3 for 3 from the 3-point line. Got stats in front of me so I can verify that. 2 for 3. She made the most of her opportunities, made it really difficult for Tolo, gave her a really physical battle today. And Jazz was great. Jazz effectively, she had that bank 3. She made a lot of floaters around the rim. She's just sneaky and crafty. And I think that any team, we never walked in the stadium thinking anything was going to be easy. We really knew the task was going to be difficult. But any team coming here, I think everyone's been put on notice the last few games, because it's just going to be an absolute dogfight. And Chris has coached something like 370. He's probably almost coached more games than all the coaches in the WNBL combined. The WNBL, maybe minus Guy Malloy. So it's it's got a lot of experience and done a great job of having this young group really believe in their brand of basketball.
And Kelly, you've probably played more with Kelsey in Australia than anyone. To see the performance she had tonight, when Tolo was struggling a little bit more than you usually expect, are you numb to her performances now, or is it? Do you still find yourself getting impressed with it? And then when you add someone like Sammy to Kelsey's competitiveness, what's it mean for those two to play together?
Like I mentioned before, just the privilege to be able to go out each week and play with this group is something that I'm definitely not taking for granted. Kelsey was exceptional tonight, and for her also to find that 3-point shooting range again tonight is probably going to mean a lot for her moving forward, just in terms of her confidence. But I'm always amazed by what she can do and how she can do it. But I think, you've mentioned a few names there, but also what the strength of our team is that on any given night, tonight it was Kels, you know, next week it might be Sammy, it might be Tola, it could be Case, it could be Abs, it could be V, whoever it is, and I think that's what makes us hard to guard. And whoever it is, I don't care, just as long as it's someone and I'm trying to get them the ball.
And back here in 10 days, do you expect a pretty similar match from them? It's obviously going to be a bit of a different situation on the road, but you know, I think 1 or 2 more games we clinch a home semi-final. So how do you keep the team focused?
Yeah, look, that's a great question. I think for us, we know every team we play on the home stretch is competing for a final, so every game effectively can be treated that way. I know coaching against Chris and coaching with Chris, you know, the last 10 years, he'll make changes. You know, the game plan they rolled out today was very different from the game plan that they had round 3, so I would certainly expect there to be changes. They're playing for a final spot, and you know, they'll treat that game accordingly, and as will we. We're the same. I think we're very focused in on, you know, we're obviously going to continue to try and work at being the best team we can be, and you know, I think that's we're going to need all 4 games that we have remaining in the regular season to accomplish that and have us finals, you know, really finals ready. And I think to your point too, and even Callie's point before, you know, I thought tonight, and probably should have said this in my opening statement, that third quarter for us, I think when that game really turned on its head was V's 2 stops continuously, the 8-second violation, and then her ball pressure to almost force, I can't remember who's handling the ball now, but went out of bounds, and at that point I think that really gave us the lift we needed. And so I think just defensively we really found our rhythm in that second half, and I think that was the difference in the game.
It's been a huge week, 3 games in a week in Mildura, Bendigo, Geelong. What's this week look like?
We're happy to be home.
Probably.
Normal week.
Yeah. Probably for us, just I mean, obviously, business as usual. And you know, for us, we're not going to continue to change. I think our formula we've got's great. We'll obviously review tape. We'll get out on the court, we'll train. We'll continue to shoot the ball because you know that's a really important part of our game. And you know, shooting the ball 50% from the field and 50 from the 3-point line is, you know, I think that's what makes us a difficult proposition. And knowing that could be anyone on any given day, but it'll just be a typical training week. Obviously, we're playing Adelaide coming the next game. I'm sure you know, they'll be, again, they're in the same race as everybody else, so we'd be expecting their best.
All good.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.